and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to do a bright, very abstract poppy. So let's do it. Okay, so to start, I'm going to go through my materials. I have my Arches watercolor paper, I have my Winsor Newton Cotman watercolors, and I have my Princeton snap brushes. I have a size 12 and a size 6 with me, and my water and my paper towel, and we're ready to start. So the painting I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be trying to recreate this painting that I did a week ago. I was just relaxing in Florida on vacation, and I was watching a tutorial on YouTube of these really bright kind of abstract poppies. So I decided to try my own and just like play around, and ended up with this painting, which turned out quite well. It was kind of a happy accident, and I posted it on my Instagram and people were asking for a tutorial. So now I'm going to attempt a tutorial for you guys, which I think is going to be a bit difficult just because I was just playing around. I didn't have any intention of it necessarily looking like this, so trying to recreate it might be difficult, but I'm going to try anyway. So I think the reason why the painting looks the way it does and was so popular is because the bright, vibrant colors. So I'm just going to go through the colors that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using Permanent Rose, Opera Rose, which is a very bright, almost like a neon pink. It's from the Professional series. Mauve, Dioxazine Purple, Lemon Yellow, which is also a very bright, almost neon yellow, and Sap Green. Okay, so let's hope I can do this. So to start, if I remember correctly what I did, I'm going to take my Permanent Rose color, and I'm going to use quite a bit of color, and I'm just going to kind of make like a V shape, okay? Using quite a bit of color. You want it quite dark, because then what you're going to do is you are going to wash off your brush, take the color off so it's clean water, and you're just going to drag out this color with your water. And I keep dipping into the water to get that clean water because I want it really, really light. And you're just going to drag out the color so it kind of becomes nice and light and airy. So just keep washing it off. And I'm just not even really doing petal shapes. I'm just kind of, I don't know, just going in a direction here. Okay. So using that water to drag out the color. Okay. And then I'm going to go below 2. Maybe I'll pick up a bit of color just so I can see it. Make like a curve underneath. Like so. Just keep wetting it. If you have, you're gonna know you have too much water once you see it like dripping off your paintbrush, or if it's pooling everywhere. These brushes don't pick up too much water, so that's why I keep dipping in my water. But if you have a paintbrush that absorbs a lot of water, just kind of judge for yourself if you need to keep dipping it back in or not. Maybe I'll have a petal. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of color. Petal falling down, just very, very loose. And I think that's the struggle I was having with this too, is that it's a very, very loose floral, and I'm not used to making it this kind of abstract and loose, and you know, just kind of trying to be free with it is quite difficult. But yeah, don't even do petal shapes, just kind of move it around, move that color around, and I'm gonna go back in right where that V was and just add some more color. Okay, maybe some down here, pick up some of that Opera Rose, that really nice bright pink, and just drop some color in. Okay, but don't make it too dark because you're gonna do another layer on top. So I'm just moving around that color with my clean water on my brush. You want this first layer to be quite light. I'm gonna take some lemon yellow, and I'm just gonna pop some yellow in there in places. There's really not a science to this at all. It's just kind of going with the flow, which can be really difficult. Okay. So I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna do another flower doing the same kind of thing. So I'm gonna take my color and I'm just gonna do like a V shape, wash off my brush. I'm just gonna take that color and drag it out, continuously washing it off so I have that clean water. You can go back in with your color and just drop it in. Move it around. Grab some of my yellow. I don't even know if this is gonna end up like my last one. I might actually come back up here and just drag it out a bit more. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to do another little one down here. Wash off my brush. Drag it out, so a little one. And again, drop in some color. Okay. You know what? I'll even do one up here too. Another little bud. Wash it off. Okay. Okay. I'm just kind of judging where these colors are going, and I'm just kind of fixing it up the way I want them to look. You know, there's no wrong way to do this, and your painting's not going to look like mine. This painting isn't looking like my original one, so you can try, but I feel like with this kind, it's just this kind of florals, it's just hard to recreate exactly what you did the first time because it's so abstract. All right. Okay, so that's the first layer. I'm going to dry it with my heat gun or my heat tool just to speed up the process. And then once it's all dry, I will come back and do the second layer. Okay, so now that it's dry, I'm gonna do my second layer. So just going back, my tips for this first layer is to really drag out that color with the water so you get these really nice light and airy edges. I don't think you want too much pigment towards the edge. I mean, unless it's yellow, because the yellow is really light, but to get this effect, you really want that light pink at the top. So just keep that in mind. Try not to make it too dark for the first layer. Okay, focus. Okay, so I'm gonna do my second layer, and this I'm gonna use a bit more color. So I just put some pigment on my brush and then I dipped in the water, so it's going to be a light wash. And I'm just going to create a petal down here at the bottom. And we're not going over the same exact spots because you want to get the layers of the different petals. So I'm just kind of roughly going over, creating one there, and I'm just going to take my color, oops, and drop it in to see that shape of this second layered petal. Okay. And this is where the brightness comes in. You can use more paint for this. You want that background layer to be really light and airy, while the top will be nice and bright. Okay. And then I'm going to go over this, but kind of creating a new shape of a petal here. And if you can't really see where you're putting the water, you can add a bit of paint to it so you can see it a bit better. Creating another petal over here. Drop in that color. Trying not to touch this petal down here. You want that separate. I'm actually going to take this and just drag it out a bit. I might even create another petal up here. Do I want to? Maybe just a little bit. Taking a bit of color. And if you don't like that, which I don't, I'm just going to drag out the color a bit. That. Now I'm going to take my purple. Not a lot of purple, because if you have too much purple, it will overwhelm and just spread out like crazy. So, you know, you can tap it on your paper towel. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can see that. Just to take some of the color off, just so you don't go crazy with it. Hold on, I'm just gonna drag this out a bit more over here. Yeah, some at the bottom here. Now, this is bleeding into my bottom petal, which I did not want. I'm actually going to take my paper towel and just mop that up. I wanted it to be separate. But I mean, honestly, you can do it however you like. But I wanted this to act like the inside of the flower, so actually I don't really like that purple either. Ooh. Right there. Okay. So if you make a mistake like that, just mop it up. You can go back over it with your paint. See? All fixed. I do that a lot. It's still. Okay. Okay. Take a bit more of that purple, just a bit. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to create a petal up here. Grab some of my pink, drop it in. Sorry if I'm being too quiet, I always forget. Like that. Create a bottom petal. So this is kind of like the middle of the flower opening. Taking my purple for the middle of that flower. That's a lot of purple, so I'm just gonna take some up with my paintbrush. There we go. Maybe a bit at the bottom here. Okay. And I'm just gonna do another kind of petal. This is kind of like the layered flowers. It's just a bit more abstract looking. So it's kind of the same technique as doing those layered florals that I taught you in one of my other videos. I'm gonna take some yellow, just pop it in there. You can still put some more yellow in here if you like. Actually, and I think the whole thing that's difficult is just knowing when to stop. I don't always know when to stop, and sometimes I'll like ruin a painting by going overboard, which is so easy to do. You know, you keep thinking that if you keep going, it'll get better, and then sometimes it just does not get better. So you could keep going, you could stop, but if you have to try again, don't worry. I've actually done this tutorial, filmed this a couple times now. This is my third time because it did not work out the first couple times. Okay. There's no perfect way to do anything, so don't get down on yourself or be hard on yourself if it doesn't look the way you want it to at the beginning. So I'm just going to take my color. I'm just going to do some dots because why not? These ones that bled, I'm just going to smooth them out a bit. Now I'm going to take my smaller brush. I'm going to dip it in my green, my sap green. I'm going to do the stems. I gently touch the bottom of the flowers so it bleeds in a little bit. That bled a lot. Oh well. If it bleeds in too much and kind of overwhelms it, you can always mop it up again and try again. But just remember, gently touch it once, because if you keep going over it, it's just going to mix and then it will get kind of funky looking. Like that. Maybe you could do a couple green buds. Yeah, maybe there's some green on this one. And this. Like that. You can tap some green here at the bottom. And there you go. There is your abstract florals. This is probably the best one that turned out for me, so this is going to be my tutorial that I post. But yeah, it's quite difficult to kind of recreate things. So my only tips for this is just kind of, you know, try to enjoy it rather than getting an idea in your head of what you want it to look like. Just see where it takes you. So the biggest technique with this one is laying down that dark color at the beginning and then taking your clean brush of water and just dragging the color out to get these really nice light and airy edges for the first layer. Okay, so good luck, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram for more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.